I wish I had like a radio voice.
You've got a great voice.
Oh, thank you, Harry. Thank you. Stop flirting.
You've got because the voice is the accent.
Is it? Thank
Many
you.
people have commented about your amazing accent.
No, they haven't. Have you seen my Australian my Australian friends rip me on social media since this has come out?
No.
Literally, I was
saying
devastated.
you've lost your accent?
I was actually nearly crying at home the other day. I wasn't actually, but my heart hurt. My Australian friends were just like, oh, loving the English accent, can't get over, can't listen to you. And I'm like, no, like
but
I
they
was
are listening.
devastated.
They are
listening. They are listening.
You are listening.
Good old support from the Aussies. But yeah, even my sister's like, oh, the English just comes out. And I'm like, no, I'm still Australian. But when I talk to English people.
You're super Australian.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you're very Australian. But when I talk to people back home, they're like, you're a disappointment.
Oh my God.
They're not. No one actually said that. I'm all okay.
Did you say that?
Did you?
Did you say that? Who said that?
Welcome to the Harry & Co podcast show. Please like and subscribe for more.
No, I think your accent's wonderful.
Thank you.
I think the combination between having a very English person and a very, very Australian
You're very
person.
Yorkshire, isn't it? It's Yorkshire.
I'm not
accent.
Yorkshire. Are you crazy?
Oh, see what I mean? This is it. I don't even know.
I'm originally from the mid. We don't even know each other, let alone anybody knowing anything.
We only
about
met a
us.
few weeks ago, guys.
I'm originally from the Midlands.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know Birmingham?
Yeah. Yes.
Birmingham, and they
somewhere
speak like this.
right down near London, isn't it?
It's in the Midlands. It's middle.
I got it.
They speak like this. So they Birmingham. And you've got to go to their friend's house and they go and do this. And they're in Birmingham.
Birmingham.
That's not it. Have you watched Peaky
Tell
Blinders?
me something. No, but my dad's obsessed with Peaky Blinders. He loves it.
If you want to hear a bit of Birmingham twang,
yeah.
Obviously vintage Birmingham twang, watch Peaky Blinders. Amazing.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's
Cillian
definitely
Murphy.
what I wanted to do tonight is, definitely watch
Peaky Blinders.
we'll just listen to Birmingham
people.
Yeah. That's definitely on my to-do list.
I think, Pete, if someone's from Solihull, if anyone's watching from Solihull, they'll hear a bit of Solihull in me, which is weird because it's like at the edge of Birmingham, so it's not a proper Brummie accent, which is Brummie's like the Birmingham accent, right?
Okay, yeah.
But it's Solihull, and it's if I hear somebody, sometimes I'll meet someone working or doing something, I'm like, I know exactly where you're from because it's like, you know what I mean?
What's a really British thing that you can try and teach me to say in your accent? Because I'm awful at accents.
How about perfectly splendid? That's perfectly splendid.
That's perfectly splendid. Did that sound
it
British?
Just sounds Australian. Your Australian friends are going to go, oh, wow, that's really British.
She's learning the ropes over there.
To me, that was just
Australian. Okay. Well, I've been trying to get the British accent for a while. It's just not working. Well, apparently, to Australians it is. To British people, it's not. End of conversation, I think. It's just, we'll just go with how it is.
No, it's good. The accent combination, I think, it works wonderfully on that podcast.
I'm really glad you think so, Harry.
Yeah, I do. I don't know where this was going. But no, where it was going is what I wanted to talk about. We go off topic more than I think is humanly possible.
Yeah, I do wonder if people actually just feel a little bit dizzy after listening to us.
I think so. It'll be like, the title will be like Harry and Nicole talking about savage dogs and boxing. And then it'll just be talk about like mushrooms and bad dreams.
Or like bad toothpaste in the bathroom. Like it literally
What's
just
bad toothpaste?
Oh,
Hang on a minute.
Harry, no one asked.
No. What is the definition of bad toothpaste?
Okay. So that moment right there.
God,
no,
this is exciting.
No, it's not exciting because that moment right there was just the first thing that I just thought of toothpaste, and then I put bad in front of it, and then I just put a bathroom. There was no actual meaning behind it.
Okay, so anyway, I was traveling a bit ago, and the person I was traveling with had bought some toothpaste, which was purple. Purple.
Doesn't it make your teeth whiter, like that purple?
Yeah, right.
Toothpaste?
I think that was probably the idea. But it was so dyed and so purple that everything you were touching when you were brushing your teeth was purple.
So it was like purple bleach.
Well, like almost imagine purple food colouring going like everywhere.
Yeah.
It was like, so when you were spitting in the sink, it was like all this purple was like dribbling down your mouth. It was weird.
You wouldn't want to be wearing a white shirt, would you?
No, and it was like, get rid of this, get rid of it. But obviously someone's invented this stuff. And it was like when you spat in the sink and like you're brushing teeth and spat in the sink,
just was everywhere. No, but it's a massive thing at the moment. Like, I was even watching a video this morning. I think it was like an ad, sponsored ads that come up. I can't say the brand. So they were just like advertising about it. And it was like literally showing people that they put it on, brush, and then obviously all the other teeth are yellow. And then the two in the middle that they brushed are like really white.
I've seen
Just wonder how true it is though.
I think it can be true, but there's something going on there, like that. Like abrasiveness and stuff. Like, I'm scared of stuff like that because you don't want to like melt all the enamel or something off your teeth.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what that stuff
does. And what
does,
chemicals are in it to be able to do that.
Yeah, and why didn't that exist 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, surely we haven't just invented some crazy new chemicals that make teeth white.
It is crazy how quick the world is developing now.
Potato extract. I don't know. It'd be something weird, won't it? Something really simple. And they're putting it on your teeth. I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen the videos. Yeah, maybe it works, but... I just always think, like, when these new things are invented, like, how, okay, we're making things smaller, like microchips and stuff like that, but how are we suddenly coming up with a new chemical that suddenly makes your teeth white in 5 minutes of putting it on your teeth? Like,
yeah, I never...
Or is it fake?
I always find it interesting, and also, like, we just find things and we don't actually look into the ingredients in them at all.
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Very dangerous.
Teeth are precious.
It's true.
We've got to look after them. Do you use an electric toothbrush?
I used to, but I'm actually having problems with my gums at the moment. They're super sensitive.
Okay.
So I've had to go back to just using... So I used to have one.
Once you go electric, you never go back. That's what they say.
Well, they do, but I've gone back. Only because it just hurt my teeth so much. But I can't get into a dentist. I'm going to have to pay...
do you know what I started
private.
doing? Since travelling a lot to Italy, my little Italian life, I started going to the dentist in Italy and just paying... less and
way cheaper.
Paying less. Don't need to wait for any NHS list. I probably pay about the same as you'd pay for. What I pay like 50 euros for like a scale and polish and like and the guy goes crazy. Like he's in everywhere. So like it's probably cheaper than the UK. No NHS waiting list, no dramas. Just go in, pay the money. I know,
it's crazy, isn't it? I haven't. I've been here for 7 years and I can't even get on a Can't even get a dentist.
I'm not on a list
anymore. So I think
anymore.
it's just going to have to...
Luckily, I'm not on a list.
You're not on a list?
I'm not on a list.
You just go to Italy?
I just go to Italy. I don't ever want to be on the list. But no, you got to register in the UK on the NHS list and stuff. It's crazy.
I know. I think like 2 years ago I put my name on a list and I still haven't heard anything.
Yeah, that's what can happen.
I should probably like chase that up, but...
I'm sorry, doesn't it just mean we need more dentists?
Yeah.
If you're going to university, guys, do dentistry.
I don't know if I'd be okay with looking at someone's mouth all day. Like, I have full respect for them. Like, also, if someone breathes, I'm like, oh, I'm out. Sorry, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to hold the position.
Hold the doodah. My ex-wife is a dental nurse.
Oh, really?
Highly skilled.
Yeah.
She might be watching. She probably doesn't care. But they're sucking the spit out of people's mouths. I used to joke. I know it's a very technical job, and they do a great job. Dental nurses, they're the right-hand man or woman to a dentist.
Let's be honest, they probably do more than a dentist.
No, I think they do. But I always joke that what do you do for a living? Oh, you suck spit out of people's mouths.
That's a way to respect your wife there, Harry.
Yeah, I love dental nurses. No, it's just my funny humour. No, I think everyone does a good job in all their professions around the UK, whatever they do.
What do you do? What do you work in?
I work generally in the technology sector.
This is why you're so good at setting all this stuff up.
This is the technology. This is my technology sector.
You know what? When I was a teenager, I used to be so good. Like, everyone used to always come to me for tech stuff, always. But it's developed so good.
I'm joking. You're amazing.
Fucking ass.
You've got headphones on. You hear yourself?
Hey, I can do that tap testing. No, but they used to always come to me, and now it just developed so quickly. And I'm like, at what point did I not? Now no one comes to me.
No.
They're like, do you know what I mean? Just like, oh, tech issue, don't go to Nicole. But it just developed so quickly. Like, you were just showing me this little tech thing that you bought for like 20 quid just before, and it was like this microphone and stuff plugged into your phone, and I'm like, wow, like this is just crazy how it's just developing so quickly. You
can now do, I mean, like, I don't want to sound really old, but like when I was at school, we had those like BBC computers. So these were like the boxes with black and white text on. And like, you were lucky, like if you were really good on the computer, you could make a little triangle turn around. You were like, yeah.
While the internet's connecting.
Yeah. there was no internet. Like, there was no internet. It was like you could put some commands in, and like the lesson of the day on the computer was, if you put the right commands in, this little triangle is going to like turn around and move somewhere. I was like, wow, And now your phone, your sort of Android or Apple, whatever, is like so powerful.
Everything, can't it?
Everything. What we would do without it. I was of the age where when I was coming to like the end of school, like secondary school, we were just getting phones. So like in the last year of secondary school, I had like a Nokia brick, but not massive.
3310?
No, bigger than that, little aerial on it. Whatever was a bit before that. I can't remember all the numbers now, but whatever was just like a generation before that.
Yeah.
And people were bringing in their like parents' Motorola StarTAC flip phones and all this jazz. And it was just that last year of school when phones were like, right, boom. And I think they didn't even have a SIM card in to start with. And then like another year later, you had a SIM card and stuff like this. And, but you could play Snake on it. You could send text messages up to so many characters. You shortened all your messages and stuff like this. And that was it. And so, but you still had to phone. So at this point, there's still no like internet on your phone. Really basic internet, like super slow internet at home. Dial up, making all the noises. Got the noises.
We should compare which one just did that sound better before.
Was it you?
Mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds about right. But I remember that noise. Like kids are not going to appreciate that noise now. They'll be like, what is that noise?
Like to us, if we were to hear that, we'd be like our whole childhood, like, oh my gosh.
It was like, it dialed a number, like, and then it went.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I used to love it. It was always different, always a bit different.
It is always a bit different, isn't it?
And now, God. So I remember I was talking to someone about this the other day, I hate, like, I remember, because it makes you sound really old, doesn't it, when you start going, like, I remember. And
back in my day.
Yeah, but, like, I'm 42, like, I'll hold my hands up to that. It's just how old I am. But I remember having to phone people. So Yellow Pages or whatever, you didn't Google anything. If you wanted someone to like fix someone on your car, you go in the Yellow Pages. You turn to like M for mechanics. You'd find that, and you phone around and get your. And it's just like, wow, that was your Google. Do they have Yellow Pages in Australia?
Yeah. In Australia we had Yellow Pages,
Same.
literally the same thing. And I do remember that as a kid. But I'm just trying to think, like, at what point did it all just change? Like, it obviously must have been graduate.
Yeah, it was. It was super slow.
It just, to me, it just was really quick.
Yeah.
But obviously,
now, like local businesses, like you need something, don't you? If you go on the internet, you need something. Yeah. Like, let's face it. What are you going on? Need something. Even if you're going on social media, you need some, I don't know what, mental stimulation or mental relief, whatever. You're looking at stuff. You're looking at seeing what your friends are doing, or you're looking for businesses because you need something like either physically or a service, right? So it's just, you didn't have that before. We didn't have anything, and it was slow because businesses weren't just suddenly, when the internet went faster and better, like all businesses weren't just suddenly listed on the internet. Yeah. So it was a super slow and gradual process.
What I find fascinating is I'm trying to look for, like, on the internet the other night, just looking for hotels. This is my friend's 30th coming up. So I don't know the area where we're going to. Just in Liverpool.
Oh, nice.
So I was looking at kind of hotels, and I just found it. I know that was my brain literally just went blank. Like, just looking at, where do I sleep?
Say, hotels. Like, I was just going to interrupt and go, in central Liverpool.
So yeah, I don't know the area at all, and I just found that, like, where the event is, I was like, see if I can find something cheaper around the area, and that you can literally just, like, on booking.com or wherever it is, you can literally just kind of put where you want to stay, and then it shows you a map of every single hotel,
all the prices.
And then all the prices. You don't have to click on it; it's just like straight away right there. Oh, that looks good.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Bam! It's crazy.
I sometimes use some of the providers. And then I'll phone the hotel and say, look, I found this price. Can you do me a better deal? And they'll always say, we'll do a better deal. Like, even if it's a tenner or something. Yeah. It's worth it.
Yeah, saving money, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't care. I'll do what I want. We've got to save the pennies. I don't owe anybody anything. But yeah, no, just trying to find things online. Restaurants, that's what I was going to say. So yeah, like now could be anywhere in the world, right? Around Europe most likely, or here in the UK, in lovely York, where we are now, in the middle of York.
On the shambles. Represent.
Exactly, middle of York, on the shambles. something to eat. Like, I know York pretty well, right? I'm living here.
Did you grow up here? No, we
in the
already talked about.
Fuck.
I clearly listen to nothing you said.
I'm glad you've got a 5-minute memory. Anyway.
I told you though. Absolutely,
exactly. You're safe. You're in my safe friends list. But no, so you go on. You know, what do you want to eat? Just literally click, and like, you can be anywhere. You're in the middle of France in somewhere you've absolutely no idea. So you go on Google Maps and you just put like restaurants. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom down the road, wherever, and then there's a list of restaurants. Press on them. You can even, if you press menu, there's people that have taken a picture of the menu. You can look at the menu. You can look at the prices.
That's what I think is really cool about the internet is the community. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got all these people that are like bloggers and they like travel, and everyone's always got to be, you know, put the input of their reviews and things like that. Yeah. But you've always got someone that will like either tell you the truth or, you know, oh, this is amazing. Like, there's always something like the community on the internet.
And for reviews, so I'm awful. I'll if something really exceeds my expectations, I'll leave a good review. But most reviews I leave are when I'm disappointed. And I think I read an article on this, and I think generally people will most likely to leave a review if they're disappointed with something, if they had a bad experience.
That's really true, actually.
Yeah. So how does that work in the whole scheme of
So do you think when we're looking for someone to stay, someone to eat, if they've only got 5 reviews and they're all bad, that means that the 1,000 people that have gone there actually enjoyed their experience? Should we look at it like that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's quite a good way of looking at it.
Because you would have, like, obviously, if they're a business that's been open for 3, 4 years, 10 years, they would have had thousands upon thousands of people that come through those doors because they wouldn't have still been open. Yeah. And if they've got 5 bad reviews and they're the only reviews that they've got, maybe I can look at that and be like, you know what? You're just pissed off. You just had a bad day.
They've got no good reviews.
And they've gone absolutely, but no good reviews because everyone's happy. But like you said, most people just leave a review.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to be better at that, I think. I need to be better at that.
Everybody should be better at this.
Yeah, I think it's one thing that like, or even just, you have just amazing customer service. Like I went to an audio place to get audio. Is that my car? What's that? Auto place. It's an auto.
Auto place.
Auto place. Audio.
Audio's music, love. Audio. What the fuck? Audio
right,
place.
so I went to a car place.
So not an audio place.
No,
you went to an
I wasn't looking for headphones. I was looking for my car to be looked at. Okay, amazing. So it's an auto. It's an auto place.
Don't turn up at the audio shop.
Excuse me, can you fix my car?
You're Australian, you're short and everything. Wouldn't it just be an or place?
An auto. An auto.
I'm at the... Sorry.
So, anyway, sorry. I literally went off track. Audio.
Yeah, but what did your car need?
I need a new tyre, right? But I need a new tyre. And I avoided going for so long, and then I realised actually that's quite dangerous. I need to change my tyre.
Cars need tyres.
But I got amazing customer service, like to the point where they didn't have my tyre in, and they were like, look, actually we've got like a premium one though, and you know, instead of having to wait, we'll just put that on. And that was an amazing experience. To be honest, I'm going to like get my car service with them and everything like that.
But they gave you the price of the cheaper tyre. Oh wow.
But so they gave me the price of the cheaper one.
Yeah.
And then they ordered it in. I went back. They'd ordered the wrong one. So it was kind of like their mistake. But they was like, oh, come back tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll come. And then I said, well, actually, do you have another one? And can you do it for the same price? And they looked after me.
So you steered the conversation.
Yeah.
I like it.
But
bargaining
it was
skills.
Good. You know, they could have said no and then meant I had to come back tomorrow or whatnot.
Yeah.
But they looked after me. The guy was really, really friendly and he obviously apologised and things like that. But
was
sometimes
this in
when you go... Yeah, it was in York.
Give him a shout out.
I forgot the...
Sorry, that's amazing.
That's really bad. I literally
Did you not
forgot the
remember
name.
at all? Was it a small independent or was it a big...
No, it was...
So while you're looking for the information, because we should definitely... If someone's done you a good deal, I think it's really important to give them a shout out. And also, on the whole review front, like I was saying, we only tend to leave bad reviews, which I think is really awful.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that, completely guilty of that. So I think I'm going to make a concerted effort to start leaving like better reviews.
This is really bad. I'm literally car tyres, York, near
somewhere. Don't just start shouting.
I know where it's near.
Well, you've had a good experience.
I did.
And that's the main
I feel
thing.
really bad that I can't give them a shout out.
Oh, we'll do it at the end of the show.
Absolutely. We'll go off camera, and then I can try and sort out
car tires in York.
Anyway, fab. So that was...
Anyway, if there's anyone watching that does car tires in York and they remember the lovely Nicole coming in and doing a special deal, give us a shout.
Absolutely.
We'll put their little logo on the podcast.
And I'll actually leave you a review instead of just...
Did you leave the review?
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't. But that's what I mean. If I had a bad experience, I would have left a review. I probably wouldn't have. I'm not that kind of person.
I thought this whole conversation for 10 minutes was because you left a really good review.
No, and you don't have to point out my fault, do you?
Sorry.
Like, it's just one of those things.
I've already admitted my faults. But yeah, no, let's start leaving good reviews, because like mine are awful. Like, there's a dirty toilet, I'll take a picture. I've only got 3 prawns in my curry, I'll take a picture. That was awful. Do you want to hear about the 3 prawn curry?
If I must, yeah.
It sounds dodgy, doesn't it? No, I had a curry locally. I'm definitely not going to I would never badmouth like someone in public sort of thing, even though I left a review. But anyway, I got a curry, and this was a premium establishment in the local area, okay? And you're talking like 17 quid a dish. Like, so it's quite a lot for a bowl of curry with the meat or whatever sort of curry you got, or vegetables or whatever, yeah. And this was like a prawn curry, and it was something simple like a masala dish. So mainly just sauce and either chicken or prawn or whatever, yeah. And this particular one was a prawn one. And it was a good sized dish, a lot of sauce, okay? But for me, I'm paying for the chicken or the prawns. I'm paying for like the stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
And it had 3 prawns in it, like king prawns, so like bigger prawns than, but it just looked weird, this big dish with 3 little prawns in. I'm like, when they brought it over to me, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like,
where's my content?
Yeah, I didn't even say anything. I just looked at it and looked at them and went, and so did like some Italian hand gestures. And I'm like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
And the cheeky buggers, brought me a smaller dish with lots of sauce in with 1 extra prawn. Yeah, and then do you know what they said to me? I brought you this to keep you happy. And I thought, you cheeky buggers, you cheeky...
I think...
Seriously,
I think you left
annoyed.
I think you left a bad review because of how it was executed, how it was dealt with.
For everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For me, right,
if they would have fixed that, though, if they would have been like, we're so sorry, like it was an oversight, and you wouldn't have left it.
No,
but
exactly.
It's like how it was executed,
it was
and
not acceptable.
that's absolutely not okay.
Not customer service, right? I think, like, how does it work with brands and stuff? Like, if we had an experience with a brand, surely we can talk about it, right? I don't want to start bad mouthing people, but right. There's some companies that I've bought a product from personally, so I'm not advertising them. I've bought products from, right? Two companies, both American, I think, Camelback, Oakley, okay? 2 massive brands, okay? I've had a
quite famous, and quite like brands. Reputable to be quality things.
Yeah, exactly.
Quality products,
yeah, and you're paying more for the product, okay? Plastic pair of sunglasses, but you're expecting more from them than a pair of Chinese cheaper sunglasses or whatever, for £3. Okay, so problem with the sunglasses, like, can't remember what it was, nothing major, like, I think one of like the rubber nose things had just come off or something like that. Anyway, literally, like, got in touch with them, in the post, a whole new pair of those sunglasses, like, but then, so you're like, it wasn't a massive shortfall on the product, but you're like, oh my God, they're, like I'm telling you now, I'm like, oh my God, their customer service is amazing, tell all your friends, like, oh my God. And like, I've said this story to 20 people, so it really like has a really positive approach, being like really good at customer service.
Just for them doing one gesture, you're like spreading the word.
Exactly. That probably costs them virtually nothing, because in 10,000 people that buy a pair of sunglasses, probably 1 person has an issue like this, right? So, and I think it was the same with Camelback. I'd got like a Camelback water drinking straw product or whatever. I can't even remember what the issue was. And they sent me the new version of the whole thing, which is like £100 product or something like that, because they want people to be happy with the products. And it's like, that's the way to do customer service. And if you're a restaurant and you're doing food, like, don't come to if someone's got a problem, come over to them and say like, oh, look, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't mean it, come over to me. If you don't mean it, come over to me and just say like, I'm really sorry about the fact that you're not happy with that, in the right way, and say like, watch. And do you know what the best thing you can say to someone if you're on the company side? How can I make it better for you? How can I make that right for you?
Yeah, instead of just assuming.
Yeah, put that onto the customer, because then the customer has got to be like, well, oh crap, like I didn't think they'd ask that.
But I tell you something, I do have to kind of just come from the other angle, because I remember being a hospitality worker, and the shit that you got day in, day out is absolutely awful. And I even go into restaurants now, and like, you've got hospitality and they're just trying to get through university, or they're just trying to get some paid. They're paid absolutely shit all.
Yeah.
Like, the hospitality industry, like, have so much respect for them because they get paid rubbish. They deserve so much more, because although you found an issue with your product or with the food that was served, I feel like you would be respectful. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's this? Whereas there's other people that are absolutely violent. Vile.
Well, they can just get lost, can't they? Like,
exactly.
That's a different...
And then it's so hard, though, for, the waitresses to deal with it, because they probably had a rubbish day. 10 minutes ago, someone just yelled at them and walked out.
Yep.
I definitely think, like, being in the hospitality industry, they definitely need more pay.
You see this.
And it's one of those things where they're just not treated right. And I just think that's not okay. And that's why I do struggle sometimes to complain, because I feel too bad.
You know what's going on the other side.
I've worked in the other side. So for me, I'm just like, oh, you know what? I suck it up. Like, whereas maybe I think there's a way to go about that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you're going to complain about something, you start... If you're going to complain about something, start politely, because hopefully the person or the company you're talking to is going to acknowledge it properly and like treat you well and stuff like that. And there's no one's got a need to get angry, no one has to shout, no one has to. But then in a restaurant, maybe you got people that are a bit drunk or like and go a bit like. But this particular incident was super weird, because there was I was super calm. I just said, I was like, it's not right. It's effectively paying £17 or like £18 for 3 prawns and some sauce. And it's like, you've got to weigh up what you're getting out of.
I think that's the thing. It's weighing it up, isn't it? Like, if you go into McDonald's and your chips are a little bit cold, come on. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you want a good feed, go to a good restaurant.
Exactly.
Like, it is what it is.
No, of course it is.
But yeah, I think it is. It's like weighing up your options, isn't it?
I bet less people complain at a fast food place, because you just get it and go, don't you? So like, you've got nothing to complain about, really. So...
You know what I hate is I'm those person when I go through McDonald's and they pass you you're going through the drive-through and they pass you the food. I've got to check it. Because
I to check it.
Yeah, and I'm like obviously holding up the whole line. Everyone hates me.
But the one time you don't check it.
And then I did it one time. I didn't check it. And it's not only that you had to pull up, like that's fine, like I'm not trying to be lazy. When you obviously go through the drive-through, you just want it to be quick.
Yeah.
So you have to get out of your car, but then you have to wait in line again for another 15, 20 minutes.
You can't go back, can you, in the drive-through?
It's kind of like,
check it. Check it.
Always check
Screw
it,
them behind you. You need to check your stuff.
Just wait. I've got my chicken nuggets. I'm all good. Let's go.
I had one. This is literally about a week, 2 weeks ago. I went through drive-through. Like there's some of the the big brand drive-through. There's a couple of lanes, isn't there? So there's 2 ordering boxes.
Oh yeah.
Now, depending on which one of you goes first, or if one of you maybe somehow pushes in front of the other one, I think they can cock it up. Anyway, I pay for my small order. It could have been like a couple of drinks and a couple of McFlurries, just like an evening soiree at the old fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
And got to the and I'm a bastard for this, right? So I got to the window, and she starts passing us like loads of stuff. So like a bag of loads of stuff, like burgers and fries and like. Loads.
But did you pay for it?
No, I'd
so you paid the cheap.
I'd paid for like a couple of ice creams and a coffee. I think that was literally it. So she's like, but it seemed to be like more or less what I'd got. So I got the ice creams and the coffee, and she was like a bag full of like burgers and stuff like. I'm like, yeah, keep it coming. And then as she passed it, she started looking at me funny. I was like, she knows exactly what's going on here. I'm like, thanks very much, bike. Just drove off.
Have you seen that thing that's gone viral when like people are like beeping them in the back and like trying to annoy them or trying to get them to hurry up?
Oh yeah.
And they've paid for it. So like they've paid for their order behind them.
Like pass it on.
So yeah.
Smash the microphone.
No, not pass. They're not being nice. So they're like beeping them to be like, effing hurry up. Like, how long's your order going to be? And so it's like viral and people do it all the time. And they pay for their order.
Yeah.
And then they go to the next window, and because they paid for them, they show them a receipt and take their order, and they have to go back around. Because they'll be so impatient.
This is where I'm easily confused.
Okay.
So that there's someone has paid for their order and they're at the collection window.
No.
No.
So this is before the collection window where people are getting frustrated and
the
like
pay
beeping
bit.
at them. Yeah, just like their order, like they've taken long. And they're just frustrated. Obviously, I don't know the situation. It was just they're frustrated about it. And they've gone up to the window before collection, to the pay window.
Yeah.
And the person's still going off at them behind the back.
Yeah.
But they've already placed their order. So they pay for their order.
Yeah.
Right, through the windows.
I pay for the order for the person behind.
Yeah, do you want me to? So it's it comes to £10. Oh, lovely.
I'll pay for them behind.
Yeah, pay for theirs behind.
Okay, yeah.
And then they go to the next window.
Yeah.
And they show the receipt for theirs, and then they show the receipt for theirs behind because they've paid for it. So then they take their food, and then that person has to go through again. So to teach them a lesson of like,
great idea.
I know.
But what if they've ordered a £30 meal?
I know that's the only thing.
Yeah. Have they ordered just a cheeseburger? Yeah. Okay.
I'll just take it. That's what I said as well.
That's a great idea. I might just do that.
I am paying that. Like McDonald's is not cheap these days. Sorry, McDonald's.
Go abroad.
Yeah.
Have you been abroad?
No. I haven't
Oh
been
my
abroad
God.
for ages.
Okay. Get this, right?
Yeah.
Switzerland, recently, 2 meals, me and a friend's meal, Switzerland, £30 in pounds for two burger meals.
My gosh.
So like fit around
so it's more
15.
expensive there.
Crazy. Switzerland is crazy.
That's yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. Guess how much a McDonald's worker in an average McDonald's worker, whatever that means, I'm going to go say someone that's worked
not a
there,
manager.
Someone that's worked there, say 5 years, and they do a bit of everything. An average McDonald's worker, or someone in the middle of the chain.
Yeah.
Guess how much they get a year in the equivalent of pounds?
Oh, a year.
Yeah.
So
what's
like
their annual
salary?
Yeah. So this is someone who's been making burgers for a few years at McDonald's.
If it was over here, surely like the minimum wage is like anywhere between 18 to 20,000 at the moment.
So say 20 grand.
Yeah.
If they're lucky.
Yeah.
In the UK.
If they're lucky.
Depending on age and everything, right? Go on. So Switzerland, equivalent in pounds, average worker, normal at working week hours. Guess how much in pounds?
Well, I would just hope it would be kind of similar.
42 grand.
So they get
42 grand. But okay, so right, Switzerland so this is a country that's
does it balance the cost of living? Like, is it a lot? Well, you've just told me how much McDonald's is.
Yeah, so exactly. So basically, everything's more. So you think all surrounding Switzerland, everywhere surrounding Switzerland, pretty much is in the euros. Yeah, so they're all in euros. Switzerland kept its, when they all went euros, Switzerland kept the Swiss franc. So their economy's not balanced with everyone around them. Otherwise, you'd go and buy like a bar of chocolate for €1 in France. You'd go over to Switzerland, and like it couldn't be €4, could it, for the bar of chocolate? But because they've kept their own currency, there's a massive difference in their economy and stuff. And that's what we did. We never went with the euro, did we? And so our economy is different to the euro, and things.
Is that why our economy is going up?
Is it going up?
No, I was meant to say the prices are going up.
Oh, like everything's going crazy, isn't it?
It's
Interest
absolutely
rates.
Insane, isn't it? That's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
We need to get someone on
We're getting
with
a bit
that
boring
one.
now, aren't we?
Yeah.
No one's going to want to watch this crap now. We're just boring old farts talking about economies.
No one wants an economy podcast.
Economy.
Everyone's got their own opinions on that, don't they?
But yeah, so that was interesting. God, and I just like to tell everyone that now. Oh, guess how much McDonald's worker gets in Switzerland in that voice.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so everything's really super expensive. For us, super expensive. So if you're a cleaner or anyone working in Switzerland, any sort of job in Switzerland, it's incredible, like the money that they're earning. And then the cost of living. So imagine somewhere you could rent somewhere here for like £500 a month. That same place would be
where?
Well,
sorry, am I in a different?
What can you rent for £500? A bed sit?
Like a corner in a room.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
It's absolutely sorry.
All right,
Just like when you said 500, I was like, sorry. Are we in 2024 or we going back to 2014?
We'll come back to this one. Let's do a rental investigation. But okay, so I don't know. Imagine you're renting somewhere for 750 here. That'd be like 1,200, 1,300 in the equivalent of pounds over there. So it's like everything's more. But then I was thinking, so like get a camper. So live and work in Switzerland if you're Swiss.
Yeah.
But do something crazy to get your cost of living down.
Yeah, yeah.
Eat potatoes, live in a van.
Cup of noodles. Cup of noodles is good.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And even if you did it for 5 years,
you'd save a fortune.
And you're working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think it'd be nice to work at McDonald's, you know.
Yeah.
Just chatting to people all day.
Yeah.
But I think you would get a lot of complainers.
Would you get greasy hair?
Yeah,
I
do think you would.
I don't think
you
I'd
definitely
have that.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't
No, I'd always have to have
beard.
mine up in a bun, but I always do anyway. So I could fit in at McDonald's.
You could put a protective covering on it.
I could.
Like a swimming hat.
Oh my gosh, the ones that are really tight and like your face goes red.
Swimming hat. A branded McDonald's swimming hat, like pulled over your head.
People rock up.
Oh,
G'day, mate.
G'day.
Come on in.
I hope they're not saying g'day in Switzerland. So when are you going?
What?
Switzerland.
Oh, you know what? Tomorrow, I think.
Let's do it.
And we're going to buy a camper.
Camper, swimming hat.
Done it. Take the podcast on the road.
Yeah, I've already told you we can do it on
I know.
phone.
We could just do it.
We'll have to be together though, like on one camera.
Oh, so it means I've got to go close to you.